There's a fox in my garden on the building site. That's my new patio. Just sat there sunbathing, enjoying the sun. Look at that. It's a nice day today. It's warm. It's going to get very hot again at the weekend apparently. And it is windy, as you can probably hear. But that's keeping the heat down, so I'm not complaining. Come on, you. Do you know what? Dying cherry leaves really do have all the best colours, don't they? Isn't it extraordinary how these cherry leaves lose their colour on one side of the main vein first? I mean, it seems to slowly creep up one side of the leaf and then creep up the other, because you see that one's going red at the end. It does make them beautiful though. Two-Face from Batman would like them anyway. Let's go. What are you doing? I see Foxy's out in the garden again, sunbathing this morning. Seems to like that spot. I don't mind, it's just lovely to see them, isn't it? And he does no harm. But you are the most useless guard dog in the history of the world. You're meant to be protecting my property. I do like this particular bit of the walk. It's one of the oldest of the walks here. I mean, I've pointed out before that we've got coppiced hazel here at regular intervals. There's one, there's another, there's another, there's another. All the way down through here there is hazel that's been deliberately planted to make a screen for the field on the other side. And of course, by cutting the tree back to a stump, as has happened a number of times here, you get lots of brand new straight rods come up. And these can be used to be woven into fences and used in wattle and daub, you know, for house building and to make laths and all these sorts of things. So it was a very common practice at one time. There's a hard white fungus there. Not entirely sure what it is. I think it's an earth ball. It's not a puff ball. I think it's an earth ball. Completely inedible. No good to anyone. I was always told that when it comes to hazelnuts, if they're split in half, that's a squirrel, because they've got big chisel teeth designed to do exactly that. And if you find one like this has got a hole in it, it might be a bird that's pecked a hole to get at some of the flesh inside, or it might be a small annoying animal like a mouse. So there's no way I can tell you exactly which animal did this. The only thing I can be 100% sure of is I'm not going to get to eat any of the nuts, because they all get eaten long before I get anywhere near them. It's like a little doorway, isn't it? Oh, let's squeeze it in here. Obviously this is an elder. We've got elderberries on this bit here. Some of them are starting to go ripe. But otherwise you carry on and it's more of the same. It's more blackthorn on that side now, hazel on this side, cherry, hawthorn, and these wonderfully gnarly trees. There's a bit of holly as well, quite a lot of holly down through here. But interestingly, as we get towards the end of this, it nearly all changes to sycamore, because there's a big sycamore tree nearby and all the helicopter seeds float down into there. So the sycamores are kind of slowly taking over the end of this little walk. It's like an invasion, which is kind of appropriate really, because the Romans brought them here. Now, see what I mean? Up to that point, it's all the trees I've been talking about. And then suddenly we get young sycamores appearing here. And now as we go down through, how much more sycamore is there? Look at it, they're all quite young as well. They're all starting to take hold here. Look, everywhere you look. In amongst the holly. Tons and tons and tons of sycamores everywhere you look. So yeah, it's interesting. This whole area may completely change its look. Give it another 100 years or so. Ah, this is becoming a daily occurrence. But I quite like it. Now the linden trees, the lime trees, are now starting to put out these wonderful round seeds. And they're getting to the stage where I might start picking some. Because what I want to try this year is making linden chocolate. What you have to do is you have to take these seeds, take them home, slow roast them, grind them to a powder and use them exactly the same way as cocoa powder, which kind of makes sense because the linden tree is in the same family as the cocoa plant, as the chocolate plant, you know, the plant from which we get chocolate. So yeah, this year I think I'll give it a try. Now it just so happens that there is a row of linden trees here that goes right down through there, look, that were planted actually to mark the Queen's Golden Jubilee. So there's going to be a lot of linden seeds over the next few weeks. So yes, I think I should be doing a bit of gathering. Okay, let's have a quick check on the pheasant berries. Oh, I think those are ready, those ones there. Let's have a look, I think we'll pick those. Hang on. Ooh, let's see if they're ready. It's a beautiful looking flower with these gorgeous chocolatey brown seeds. They are incredibly sweet, very toffee-ish, and yeah, yum yum yum. Well, having now eaten 2 or 3 pheasant berries, they're incredibly sweet, beautiful, beautiful things. I did once make fig rolls with them, and they were absolutely amazing. They are very sweet though, they are very, very sweet. I'm now going to have a slightly sour blackberry just to take some of the sweetness away. Oh, I bounced it. Oh, mind you, that was quite a sweet blackberry too. Oh well, still delicious. I ate some nettle seeds on a previous video and a couple of people said, what, there's a difference between male and female. And actually there's a very good opportunity here to show the difference. Right, these are male nettles, and can you see those little seed head things stick out quite, you know, obviously at 90 degrees to the body. And in fact, all of these are male nettles. But just across this little divide, all the nettles are female. And can you see, these hang down in clusters. These hang down in clusters, and it's the female ones you want to pick because that's where all the taste is, that's where all the flavour is. Which I suppose makes sense because the male nettles have fertilised the female nettles, and the female nettles, the seeds that they're growing, will be the future nettles. So there's a lot of energy in there. And from what I've read in the past, these seeds are absolutely full of good amino acids, and a lot of the vitamins, particularly the B vitamins, that you actually get from, you know, breakfast cereals. So, you know, you dry these out, either dry them out naturally on a windowsill or on a very low heat in the oven. You sprinkle those on your cereals, even cheap cereals, you're going to be getting a lot of goodness. So there you go, female nettles, male nettles. Now I wonder if Mr. Stroke Mrs. Fox is going to be in the garden this morning. I spotted some torn bin bags on my way to the meadows this morning. It's quite early, and yeah, the foxes have been busy. Interestingly, I just earlier on this year I discovered that there was a local farm that was going to start doing home deliveries of produce, and I thought I quite like that. I like supporting local businesses, and I like my food to be local and free range and organic, you know, as much as I can. So I now have fresh eggs, milk, home baked bread and butter delivered to my house, which is really very nice, and it's delicious stuff. The bread in particular is amazing. But the first week was a disaster because I came out in the morning to collect the stuff off the doorstep, and the milk was okay, but the egg boxes had all been torn up and the eggs all smashed and the innards eaten, and there was no sign of the bread or the butter apart from a few shredded bits of wrapper. It was quite clear that the foxes had got to it. So I went out and bought myself a tough box with a lid that clicks on, and I wrote across the top, deliveries, and sent a message to the dairy company saying, I put a box on my doorstep now so that this won't happen again. And they were very nice. They refunded me for the first lot. Second week, all went well. Third week, obviously had a different delivery person, and maybe one who'd slipped a few IQ points because they saw the word deliveries on this box and therefore decided that the obvious thing to do was to put the deliveries on top of the deliveries box. And sure enough, the foxes got the lot again. It does make me wonder though sometimes about common sense. It doesn't seem to be as common as it used to be, does it? Fox sunbathing in my garden again. I get this every morning now. It's rather nice though, isn't it? Final walk of the week. Well, the final one that I'm actually going to put into this video anyway. And it's Sunday, August 11th, and it's my birthday. Hurrah for me! But who celebrates being 63? I mean, really. I suppose I should celebrate the fact I'm still here. I mean, I had cancer when I was 30, and my dad died when he was just 51, so I'm now 12 years older than my dad ever was, which is a really weird feeling, because whenever I look at photographs of my dad, I see a sort of slightly older man, but of course the last photographs of him was he was around 50, 51. So I must look really old. And there's a bit of cognitive dissonance there, because of course in my head I feel like I'm about 12. But I am thankful that I am still here. I've been lucky that my genes have given me a good immune system. I'm reasonably fit and healthy. I mean, I walk quite a few miles every day. I eat well. I don't eat a lot of rubbish, junk food and that sort of thing. And on my mum's side of the family, which is the farming side of the family, they've all lived to grand old ages. I mean, most of them died in their 80s and 90s. So let's hope for me, yeah, I may see a few more summers yet. Of course, it means you're going to have to put up with a lot more videos. Pigeon egg. The squabs have hatched, or it's been dislodged from a tree, and the foxes have made the most of it. I had someone query in the comments a little while ago about why I only do 5 days instead of 7 on these videos. Well, it's a simple matter of time. I still have a full-time job. I'm a university lecturer, plus I'm writing the next book, plus I do these videos, plus I take part in all these arts events. There's only 24 hours in a day, and having to edit 7 lots of videos as opposed to 5, it just adds that extra time that frankly I don't have. So I keep it to 5, and it seems to come out at a nice roundabout quarter-of-an-hour video every week, which I quite like. But trust me, Harris gets his 7 walks a week, and he loves it. I think that's it for another week of meanders, perambulations, whatever you wish to call them. Thanks very much for joining me as always. If you like what you see, please like, please subscribe, and there'll be more next week. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week yourself, and I'll see you soon. Toodle-pip. If you've enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing, or click on some of these links to look at some of the other videos on the channel, or press the like button, or leave a comment. It would be lovely to hear from you. Any combination of those 4 things would be wonderful. Thank you very much.